This is episode 8 of the Bitcoin price report for November 17th, where we discuss the macro, the micro, fundamentals, and technical analysis with a focus on the Bitcoin price. Today, Bitcoin was at 16,708 in the afternoon, down 7.5% from last Thursday. Following up from last week, FTX filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. More information has come out about SBF's fraudulent conduct and loss of billions in customer funds. Creditors might get back less than 5% of what they deposited. The FTX Contagion has spread to a run on other exchanges like Crypto.com that could face similar problems to FTX. Hedge funds like Galois Capital, that was well known for predicting the Luna collapse, had 50% of its assets on FTX and is unlikely to recover much. BlockFi, a major lending platform that was bailed out by FTX in the summer, seems to be on the verge of bankruptcy. One of the largest OTC desks, Genesis Trading, had $175 million in funds at FTX, and its lending unit has paused withdrawals. Genesis is looking for a $1 billion emergency loan by Monday. Digital Currency Group is the parent company of Genesis Trading. It has 10 to 15 billion under management and assumed a $1.2 billion loan from Genesis after Three Arrows Capital went bankrupt. DCG could also be in trouble. Bitcoin at 16,708 is consolidating at the middle of a very firm resistance level of 18,550 and a low of 15,580. Weekly and monthly MACD points down. The CBBI.info index is at 3 in the undervalued range. Our DCA and limit order strategy is unchanged and is down 2.53% from inception. Let's move on to some macro. The big news is that continuing jobless claims reached 1.481 million. In our previous video, we mentioned that when this indicator surpasses 1.456 million, according to Deutsche Bank, we could expect a recession on average in a couple months. So all indications are that a recession is imminent and possibly within the next few months. Stock markets typically go down after the official beginning of a recession. Most inflationary assets should also fall with these current deflationary pressures, and Bitcoin should follow. While there may be some market rallies in the short term, it seems there will more likely be short-lived bear market rallies. Hence, we should see continued decline in Bitcoin until the Fed stops quantitative easing and resumes quantitative easing perhaps sometime next year. Let's move on to some tech analysis. The S&P 500 closed at 3946. Weekly MACD is pointing up. The Dow is at 33,546. The Nasdaq QQQ is at 11,676 with resistance at 12,612. The 10-year yield is at 3.769%. The weekly MACD is down. Gold is at 1759. The weekly MACD is pointing up. Oil is down to 82 with the weekly MACD pointing down. The dollar bounced off support at 105 to 106.7. The weekly MACD is turning down. The pound is currently at $1.186 and was rejected at the $1.2 resistance. The euro is at $1.036, just at resistance. And the yen is down to around 140.2 yen to the dollar. That's all for this week. Please like and subscribe, and see you next week.